to another episode of Vulgar Video Vlogtober. I am your host, Jessica, and this is my co-host,
Selma.
And today we are going to be reviewing my horror pick, my number 3 horror pick for our horror week favorites. Today I've decided to have us watch Crimson Peak. It was released in 2015. It has a runtime of almost 2 hours, so 1 hour and 59 minutes. It's directed by Guillermo del Toro, so a widely known director.
And we're going to be watching this on Prime, although it is a rental on Prime. It is not free with Prime. So, gotta pay that $3.99. Sadness.
It's okay. I like this movie, so I don't mind renting it.
I've never seen it. Don't know a lot about it. I think I heard it's kind of like a ghost movie. That's about all I know. That, and I kind of think you're cheesing here a little bit with Tom Hiddleston. I mean, you just hit the treasure trove in the past couple of weeks. You got your Daniel Radcliffe, you got your Tom Hiddleston.
Anyways, alright, so we'll just read the blurb for blurb's sakes. From director Guillermo del Toro comes a supernatural mystery. Between desire and darkness, between mystery and madness, lies the truth behind Crimson Peak. So
literally every Guillermo del Toro movie. Outside of Pan's Labyrinth, which is just more fantasy, but...
Pan's Labyrinth is a great movie.
It is. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying pretty much every other Guillermo del Toro movie is.
Max is doing parkour kitty stuff.
He steals my gloves.
He
all
steals
the time.
socks.
He's a thief. It's slightly annoying.
But to be fair, I mean, he's not a very graceful kitty.
No, I saw him bang his head trying to run underneath the tables over there earlier.
Poor baby. I mean, then again, you know how they say cats land on their feet? He does. Not very gracefully, but he does.
Try to guess what the bright green liquid is this time.
We're just gonna get right into it. Ooh, see you guys in 119 minutes. We are back from our wonderful, aesthetically beautiful adventure of Crimson Peak. Yes, I said it because I love Guillermo del Toro's work. Come at me.
Yeah, it's very Guillermo del Toro. Alright. Even something I pointed out to her is that he often uses a certain color palette, especially in the beginning of his movies. And that's fully on display here. It's good. It's not very scary, but it's good. And it definitely qualifies as a horror story. You got serial killer plus ghosts. Sorry, spoiler, but...
I wasn't really sure because I know this whole series we've been talking about, like, horror movies as, like, things that we review as movies. And I know we've expressed that, like, we do watch horror movies. However, like... Again, I specify, I haven't really got into horror until like the past year, over a year. However, it's not usually like my go-to genre for movies. I honestly only watch horror movies with him. And Crimson Peak was one of the movies that I did watch on my own. I thought it was going to be like scary, like ghosts scary. Because again, when I was watching Crimson Peak, this is when I was in that era of, I watched Sleepaway Camp. So this was also on Prime at the time, I think. I was able to watch it for free. And so I was like, well, okay, I'm starting to get more comfortable. And I've always wanted to watch it because I love Tom Hiddleston. I love Jessica Chastain. They're really good actors, and it looked good. Like, I think that's why I like thrillers. They don't really scare me, even though they have their own jump scares. I like the story plot behind it. That's what I get suckered into. So I need to know, like, who's a killer. Like, I like the thriller murder mystery type of thing. And that's why I hesitated watching it. So, But now that I got more comfortable with horror movies, like I was like, okay, I feel like I could do it now. I feel like I could actually sit down and like watch it. And that's the only thing that's hurting this movie. It's not. I realize it's really not scary.
Yeah, that's its biggest downfall. Is it's just not scary.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really, which I do remember the advertisements for this, and it made it seem like it was going to be like a hardcore ghost story or something.
Yeah.
So this is another one of those films that falls into the, I call it, what was it? The Village category. You remember The Village by M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong? They used to, when The Village was coming out, it was heavily portrayed as going to be a monster movie. And I thought, oh, M. Night Shyamalan doing a monster movie? That's going to be awesome. And it just wasn't. It's just a period drama, basically. Mm-hmm. So this, to me, suffers from that. Is that I remember this being advertised as being like a hardcore ghost story. Not even close to what you get, alright? It's not bad. Just like The Village. It's not bad. You know, it's just, you need to check that at the door and realize you're getting something different. Ironically, also a period piece. So.
Yeah. Oh, and also shout out to Mia Wasikowska. I also like her as an actress. She's great.
Don't know who that is. Anyway.
The lead, the female lead.
Good for her. Anyway.
Dang, so hateful.
So, what is the rating on this one? This is probably going to be the toughest one to rate, because this gets borderline where I would still feel very comfortable calling it a horror movie. Because, you know, again, spoilers. You got ghosts and serial killers. Mm-hmm. You got a creepy-ass mansion. You got plenty of horror elements in here. And more than enough to qualify it.
Again, I've just barely gotten into horror movies. But I'm not like a super hardcore fan like he is. Although this whole month, I feel very proud of myself, honestly. This whole month. Every day we've been watching horror movies. Some of them good.
I'm going to be burned down on horror movies for a minute.
Some of them really shitty. I really just like it. I can't really knock it for anything else except that it's not particularly scary. And I guess you could argue that it's not really a horror movie. I don't know. I feel like whoever's watching this, and you can go ahead and comment and critique and say The Crimson Peak isn't a horror movie. I picked it because, to me, at the time, it seemed like a horror movie. And it was, again, one of the ones that I watched by myself. And I figured it deserves a shot. So, that's why I put it in my top 3.
Totally didn't answer the question.
I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I think it's justified. There's nothing really particularly wrong with it. The only thing you can honestly knock for it is that it's not scary. I will argue that it is a horror movie. It's because it's got a lot of gothic pieces to it. It's a very gothic themed type of...
Yeah, it's very Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, and that is my justification. If you want to come at me and argue otherwise, that's fine.
Actually, the one thing that I wouldn't say it's like derivative from that, but something that I was thinking of watching this was The Fall of the House of Usher. Mm-hmm. If you've ever read that short story or seen the short movie that was made based off of that.
Didn't we watch that whole Edgar Allan Poe short? I mean, obviously it's his poems, but...
There are many of those sort of things out there.
Oh. So. Well, I know we watched one together.
Yeah, with Christopher Lee doing the narration.
Which was awesome.
Yeah. For me, I'm also going to give it a 4 out of 5. There's, you know, if you're looking for a true horror fest, a gore fest, something like that, this isn't going to deliver. If you're just looking to watch a good movie, this definitely will deliver on that. Definitely interesting. Everything is well done. All right? It's Guillermo del Toro, so of course everything's well done. Even Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, which some people really hate, I think is a wonderful film. So there's nothing to knock here. I mean, the only reason that it kind of surprised me that you picked it is I know you're mostly into that kind of campy horror, and this, takes itself very seriously. All right, there's no camp here. All right.
Well, again, I was trying to get out of my comfort zone on my own, and I ended up really enjoying the film. I was psyching myself out to be scared the whole time, and then I was just like, wow, this was a great movie. I'm not scared.
You know, you can be honest and say you gave either a point or half a point to Tom Hiddleston's butt.
We do get Tom Hiddleston's butt. That is a pro. That is a definite pro. No titties, but Tom Hiddleston butt. Yes. He's got a nice butt.
Sure.
And we could argue it might be a butt double. It's a nice butt.
You might want to get a tan.
Oh my god. Whatever.
Because
your butt cheeks are super tan.
they're not, but I also don't just look like a ghost in general, so.
They're in the middle of nowhere in England, where there's hardly any sun.
Because he doesn't look like that all the time.
You're like that hater, the people who hate on Benedict Cumberbatch for him just being like that. You're that dude on that SNL skit. Skit.
No, I get why people like Benedict Cumberbatch. First off, it's just his name. You just like to say it. It's fun to say.
It just really rolls off the tongue. That's what you're reminding me right now. That skit right now.
Just hating just to hate.
Just hating just to hate.
Anyways, I guess that wraps this one up.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed, and we will see you guys in the next one. Hello, and we... No.
You ain't ready. So you ain't ready.
I'm not ready. I'm still like trying to de-wind from work. De-wind. Unwind. Okay, here we go. Take 7.
Tom Hardy.
I don't care about Tom Hardy.
Oh, I thought you did.
That's not me.
Oh, James McAvoy.
I love James McAvoy.
God help us if James McAvoy stars in like a horror series. We're just gonna watch that like every day. Or Diego Luna.
I love Diego Luna. He's on my top as well.
Okay, how much have you had to drink?
Nothing! I haven't had anything. Rude.
Lies.
Alright, 1, 2, 3. Hello and welcome back. No. I'm sorry, I didn't.
Take 87.